But on a lighter note, I'm so excited to see that so many people in the world learned a new word this week.
Child,
This week.
we've been entangled in this damn topic for 3 episodes.
We have learned a new word, honey.
We done learned a new word, and people just, oh my God, entangled, bro. I'm entangled, girl. So what happened?
Jada and Will finally brought their asses to the red table.
For a 12-minute. Okay, let me tell you, a 12-minute episode. Red Table Talk ain't never 12 minutes, so you know that shit was heavily edited.
Well,
Let's just start there.
I think it was just a short conversation. They didn't want to talk about it in the first place, but it was a nice little statement.
It was a nice little statement. Okay, first of all, it was a nice little statement that broke Facebook's 24-hour record of
yes, because we want to know. We know
15 million views in one day. Okay.
Yes.
Now in this video, Jada recalls being separated with Will, and how, you know, in that separation, that's where this entanglement happened with August. This was not during the good moments that they had. They weren't together at that moment. They were separated. And she also denounced the notion that Will gave August his blessings. All right. And even then, when she said that, she kind of defended him. She's like, I can almost understand where he was coming from, because he thought that, you know, we were amicably, not together. So it gave him, okay, so maybe, you guys are not together. So maybe he got it in his head that Will gave him his blessings or whatever. That was just, she tried to defend him, but no, the way he said it, it was like, it was a conversation between them two. So, somebody's lying, don't really care. All I know is, looking back at this and watching everyone's final reactions, because this is the last time we're talking about this, because I'm sure maybe August will say something after this, but I don't really care at this point. These are my final words. It comes to my attention that people are making Jada out to be the villain in this.
Right. Well, I think that it's only a reaction because if it had been a man that was separated from his wife and had an affair, and it became public, that people would be dragging his ass. Like if it was Will, if his came out, his bones dropped out the closet, people would be like, "Oh, he cheated on his wife." He's a cheater, philanderer. I believe so, because that's come to be what we expect from men, is that they're going to cheat. And because it's Jada, and because I think another thing that kind of made people feel the type of way is because they sat there and they laughed about it. And I think it's because for us, it's relatively new information, or for the public who wasn't really paying attention to relationships or seeing that Jada and August and Alsina were being close, in public, and not really understanding what the dynamic was. For us, it's just weird. Like, y'all sitting here laughing about this, some toxic shit. But to be honest, it was like, no, this was almost 5 years ago, and we've already addressed this, and we've done the work. We've healed from this. So, it's not as deep as it is for us, but we're addressing because there clearly needs to be healing on the other side, because it was something that he wanted to bring up.
Okay.
On the other side. So
here's my question now. Here's my question. This was outed from August. This was already outed to the family beforehand. Is that what you're saying? That this was already a conversation, but we're just having it with y'all because y'all talking about it?
No, I'm saying for their family, like that's something they had to deal with. Like they participated in it. Like it's something that happened with them. It was something that happened privately in their family. So they clearly already worked it out. Like they'd addressed it.
Everybody was privy to this. Everybody,
I'm saying like it's old. It wasn't new information. It was old for them.
It's okay.
But it's new for us. It's new for the public because it was a private affair. You know what I mean? Like
I get what you're saying. We don't know if it was outed in the family or in that circle.
But it doesn't even matter if it was outed in the family or not, because they were in it. They were in it. It was 5 years ago, which means that if they're still together, if they've worked through it, then they're going to be coming from a healed place. Like we've dealt with this already.
Okay.
So now we're addressing it publicly because it was brought to light by someone else. But we've already dealt with this.
Like, but when you look at Will, yeah, bringing up old wounds, I get that. But when we look at Will, people are making, his face is all over social media. Just the way that he looks, his body language. It seems that something is still bothering him. Or, like, I mean, come on, we seen it.
He's embarrassed. It was a private. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was a private thing that went public. You know, so I'm pretty sure that brings up more feelings. Like, it's embarrassing, but at the end of the day, we did it, and we're gonna do this together, and that's it. You know what I mean? That's what I got from them. And of course, talking about if you're in a relationship with somebody for 20 years and now an affair that they had, you know, that you all have dealt with privately and tried to move on from and all that kind of stuff, it goes public, and now you have to play this out in public. I would be embarrassed. I would be totally embarrassed and be like, see what you did?
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so it brings up old wounds. It's almost like a reunion.
Yeah.
It's almost like a reunion. Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, I get why Will probably looked embarrassed. And then the fact that with the language she used and by not making it plain, I think that was the issue. It's like, no, say what it was. You had a relationship with this man.
Yeah. You kept on saying entangled, girl.
Entanglement. Okay, well, because an entanglement, you know, because of actually the word fits. That perfectly fits the situation she's talking about. You know, and I just think that it expanded the vocabulary of other people because that's not something they would normally use to call an affair. Yeah. Or, you know, a relationship. She was trying to make it lighthearted. It wasn't. Yeah. People say she made it light of, you know, he because August came in with all this grief as though, you know, he was doing a troubled time and all this kind of stuff. And she was kind of like, yeah, you were. That's how it started. But yeah, we're all going through stuff. And the fact that you brought this publicly now after so many years, it's like, okay, you haven't talked to me.
But my issue is like people are making a lot of people, and when I say a lot of people, I mean a lot of men are making Jada the antagonist in this. And yeah, you can have your opinion on that, whether she was the antagonist or not. When you're separated, those things happen. And when he said, okay, I allowed you, when we were in that time of we were separated, I've allowed you, this is Will, I allowed you to go out and make yourself happy, whatever that means. So, and you're separated, not saying, you know, right by law, you're not supposed to cheat on your wife. That's the law, whatever. But that happens. I'm sorry. When you're separated, when you guys break up for a little bit, that is what happens. So can you really blame Jada? And don't act like Will wasn't doing nothing either. Because we seen at the end when she was like, oh, I'm about to get you, he made a joke, I'm about to get you back. And Jada was like, oh, you already did that before. So it's clear that this was mutually a situation that they both did to each other. Jada just got outed.
Right. I agree.
So I think that, you know, everybody's pointing a bat in an eye at Jada or whatever, but let's go back to August. Let's go back to August and how, you know, I don't want to call him the homewrecker, but like that's it's looking that way. And no one's pointing the energy at him. Because at the end of the day, you knew what you was getting yourself into. And if I don't tell you anything, do not try to go into a relationship with someone that is already has something with somebody else or is trying to get over somebody else, because you will never amount. And at the end of the day, if they want to press that kill switch, it's done. And you will be heartbroken.
You just stepped on all my toes. Oh, Lord Jesus. That was good.
I don't need to step on nobody's toes.
We're going to talk about something like that, and we're going to save some of that for dog talk, too. But,
okay, all right, yeah. But I'm just saying.
Today.
I'm just saying you will never amount to that person that they, and like I said, it is what it is. So for you to sit there and be upset about that, put it in a song and do all this extra stuff and say that he gave you your blessings on, no, you was an asshole for that. I'm sorry, you are the villain. You are the protagonist in this situation because you couldn't handle it. She deaded you and you felt some type of way about it. And then you over here having meltdowns with Keke Palmer, you know, because she denounced being in a relationship with you with a child. You too cute to be acting like this.
This is hard. They all need help and therapy. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
They all need
okay, they need Ayanla. Okay, Ayanla should have been on that damn show.
Oh, can you? Oh, that would have been interesting.
Could you imagine? Because she'd be like, because what you're not going to do, Jada. What you're not going to do.
Not on my entanglement.
Not on my watch. Say what it is.
You had an affair. Say it.
Look.
I had an affair.
Okay.
With a damaged man.
Mm-hmm.
Say
child, Ayanla had everybody on there crying, child. All she gotta do. Look, she was like, "Come here, baby." Child, I'm already tearing. But like, that's just what it is. Jada, even though, you know, I'm not a big thing on having an affair, especially if you're married and stuff like that. Like I said, y'all was separated, and we don't know. Allegedly, let me just say alleged, because we don't say alleged enough, honey. We have an idea that Will probably did the same thing. I mean, because there was rumors about that girl that he was acting with in Focus. Like, there was rumors about that. It just never got outed. Jada got outed. So we don't know. There's a lot that we don't know. There's a lot that's not our business, but we're gonna talk about it because everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, it's part of, I mean, it's public, it's for public consumption at this point, but at the end of the day, like, that's their marriage, that's their partnership, that's their relationship. And for them to be able to stand and make a statement together, then great. Whatever works for them and their relationship, that's good for them. And, people have been talking all over social media, and I've seen a range of reactions and people saying, well, if that's what love looks like, I don't want it. I think I even made a comment like, Will and Jada make toxic relationships look manageable with, communication, forgiveness, and patience. And I don't like that because it's like, it's crazy. It's like, that relationships are going to be work, and it's not always going to be happiness and sunshine. But I think what is beautiful about their situation is that they have made a commitment to their friendship. Yeah. And it's like, listen, we're all fucked up in some one way or the other. Like, and we're all trying to get to wholeness, and something that's beautiful, absolutely beautiful about them that I've been watching over the past few years is that they have this understanding that I am responsible for my happiness. I'm responsible for that. Like, I can't get that from you. You can make me happy, you can give me joy, you can contribute to that, but at the end of the day, that is a need that I have to feel. I have to find out what makes me happy, and you just have to take care of that for yourself. And being with someone who allows you that space to figure out what that means without them abandoning you and without you losing everything, like, that is beautiful to me. I wish I could get into a space where I could have that, where it's like, I'm growing and you allow me to grow, and I'm allowing you to grow while we're committed to growing together. Yeah. Like, in our generation, we're just like, we're so used to instant gratification. It's like, okay, well, the first time you piss me off, I'm gonna drop you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Move on, because there's somebody else who's not gonna give me these problems. That's the belief that we have. Exactly. Yeah. Move on to the next. This whole notion. There's other fish in the sea. My thing is, you make the time and effort to meet somebody for a period of time, and they do something that you don't like, and you dead them out of nowhere. Right. Like, it just makes you think. It just makes you think you was never really there for them. You was never really there. Let's just be clear. Right. Now, I'm gonna say this. Now I'm not a fan of ghosting, but I do know that because that's another thing that she revealed that August did. Like, after she decided that she was gonna work on her marriage and go back with Will. Like, their friendship ended. He just decided he just ghosted on her. Like, he didn't talk to her. He just cut off communication. And I think that for me, usually. And I had to grow into being that person. When I make an emotional attachment to somebody, if I make I say that I want to build a friendship, I commit myself to being there and being available. And sometimes I feel like if it's the wrong person, they'll take advantage of that availability that you offer them. And so when it's time for you to go, like, for me, I will definitely I'm not gonna ghost on you, but you will become a ghost to me. Like, you will just be walking around haunted, and I'll see right through you, because there's no other place for you in my life if I'm not being edified in our relationship, and you're just taking from me, then there's no reason for us to be. There's no reason for us to be together, and that's just what that is. There's no communication. There's no need for you. And sometimes that's a form of protection. And I just feel like with their situation, August was going through so much, and for him to create this codependent relationship with this woman who also was going through something in her marriage, as far as not being as affectionate, or this could have been after Will had an affair and she no longer felt an emotional attachment to him or a sexual attraction to him, and she wanted to do her. You know what I mean? We don't know the actual specifics. I can get how false hope can be assumed. He probably thought it was going to be. This is gonna be the thing, like, like she's gonna divorce him, and then we'll be together, and this, that, and the third. But it happened that way, and so it's like, what? Shit. It's a coin flip. It's either or. Either this will happen or that'll happen. I don't care how cute you are. I don't care how, because a lot of people saying, about that eggplant child. It don't matter. You get what I'm saying? It cannot compare to a love that a love as long as they had. So another thing that I want to talk about, as it regards to people on social media, I was just seeing a lot of stupid ass posts talking about, like, oh, Jada's proof
that no matter how well you treat a woman, they will always do you wrong in the end. And I have issues with that. I do, because I feel like it's very sexist, because it's just like, okay, so now you're saying all women. Like, no, not all women are like this, just like not all men are like this, because when the genders are turned, then it's like, oh, not all men, not. Okay, so we keep that same energy. So, what Jada, at the end of the day, what Jada did, it's what she did. At the end of the day, it's not none of y'all business. She's not the what's the word? She's not like every woman. You get what I'm saying? Not every woman acts or moves like she moves. Okay, so we can't sit there and say, oh, it no matter what you do, that's how women gonna treat you in the end. Because we can say the same thing about men.
Right. Well, at this point, I'm just tired of the gender wars anyway. Like,
yeah, this is what this is. This is a gender war.
Y'all.
This is another.
Y'all ain't tired.
Y'all ain't tired of the same conversation over and over again. Y'all putting this whole situation onto y'all lives.
Right. Shit, we all just need to heal, honey. We need to.
Okay. We should heal. Heal off this damn thing. I told you, these are the final words for this whole situation, because I can't. It's too much. But yeah.
Oh, well, sorry to that man.
Sorry to that.
I hope he finds the therapy and the healing that he needs.
Yeah. Next time, get a single woman, not married. Let's start there. Because it's always messy. Make sure, when you're trying to talk to someone, they are completely disconnected from any type of past lover, spouse, you name it. I don't even care if they're married or not, because somebody can be in a relationship with somebody, just boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, and they still not over they're still not over their past relationship. So they try to act like they're over it, but no, it's still clear. You still hanging out with that person. You still doing it. See, I'm talking too much. Anyway, I'm talking too much. So let's move on. Talking too goddamn much. Anyway,